Hey guys! So today we're gonna talk makeup brushes. You guys have been asking for a brush declutter, a favorite brushes video, just any type of makeup brush video for a while. So we're gonna kind of roll it all into one. We're gonna declutter because I have a huge container of brushes that I just don't use. These are the ones that I use. So we're gonna talk favorites first and then we're gonna declutter some brushes. Let's do it. So this little container, where is this from? I honestly have no idea. I'm really not sure. I probably picked this up at like Home Goods or something. I don't think it's any like fancy name brand or anything. So I keep all of my favorite eye brushes in here, and I probably only use like 20% of all of these brushes on a daily basis. So I'm gonna start with those. Let's start with this bombshell, Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH30. This brush will change your life. That might be a little, dramatic, but it's such a good brush for transition shades. Like that first initial shade that you put on your lid, mine is usually MAC Tete Tint, and you just kind of blast it all through your crease. This brush is the one. I used to always use the Sigma E40, and you can see how close they are. But there's something about the Morphe one that I just love a little bit more. She's a little bit fluffier. They're both great brushes. I don't even know if you can get the original Sigma E40 anymore, to be honest. Like, mine are so old. But for a transition shade, these are the two. Pretty much the only two that I use. I have started using the BK Beauty 201 brush, which is also very similar, amazing brush. But this one is a little bit, like, it's less round and it is almost like a little bit more smushed. These are very technical terms, by the way. So I do like this one as well, but if I could only pick one, it would be the Jaclyn Hill Morphe one. It's amazing. Next up, we have a brush that I don't think you can get your little paws on. This was a collab that Pure did with the My Little Pony movie probably about 3 years ago. It's just called a shadow brush. Now, I use this to put powder on my lid after I put my lid primer on. I have to set my lids because they're oily, and this brush is the one that I like for that. I don't know why, I just like the shape of it. It puts powder on nicely. Like, how much can you say about a brush that's just popping a little powder on your lid? It's my go-to for that. I mean, I have a few. Like, I also will use the Smith 256. This is a good one for the same job. This one's a little bit bigger though, so I tend to grab for the Pure one, but they're both really great. Like, you can't go wrong with Smith brushes. They're amazing. Next up, we have an LNY brush, and yes, she's dirty. I don't know like the model number of this one. One of my subscribers had sent me some LNY brushes. Apparently they're from Amazon. They're very inexpensive. This brush is amazing. It's very similar, like a perfect dupe for the original MAC 217, which we're gonna talk about. So if you ever on Amazon and you see LNY brushes, they are great. Now, I have other ones that I don't love as much. Like, this is the one. This is the best LNY brush that I own. And it looks exactly like the MAC 217. Here, I'll give you a little comparison. They are basically, why am I shaky? Probably because I had like 3 cups of coffee. They're basically the same brush. Now, this MAC 217, this is the original one that you can't get anymore. They changed them. So they're not as good. I mean, I was trying to think of a nice way to say it, but I don't like them anymore. I will not buy them anymore. They're just not as good. So if you can get your hands on an original MAC 217, I urge you to do it. Next up, we have the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH42. This is the one that I use to put highlighter on my inner corner. I have many brushes that look like this, but this for some reason is the best one. It's soft, it fits well into my eye hole. Tear duct? Yes, that's a much nicer way to say it. And I think it's a great little brush, and I love it. I also use it for like my putting highlighter like on my brow bone. It's just a really good little brush. It's a hard worker. It's a hard worker on that tear duct, girl. My most favorite eye brush of all time, the Hakuhodo J5523, 5532, hold on, 5523, I was right the first time. I love this brush with all of my heart and soul. I bought this at IMATS one year and I was like, am I really paying this much for one brush? I did, and I would do it again. This brush is so soft. It washes so well. It holds its shape. It puts product on better than any other brush like this. And I have many that look like this. Like, you know, this brush, very similar to the MAC 217. It's like your very traditional crease brush. But this one is the best one that you will ever find. I haven't found one better. I'm on the hunt. If you know of one that's better, let me know, but I don't think so. I don't think it can happen. And then we have this little number from Michaels. I bought this brush on a whim many years ago, and it is my favorite angled brush of all time. Like, I have Smith angled brushes. I have Morphe ones, Urban Decay. This is the one that I use. I will try my best to find the name of it, but it's pretty much worn off because I have used it so much. This is just my favorite angled brush, and I can't even tell you why. There's nothing special about it. I think I paid like $3 for it. But if you have watched my Get Ready With Me's through the years, you have seen this brush in action many times. It's just the best angled brush ever. Honorable mentions. Juvia's Place makes amazing brushes. I don't even know what this one is. It has no like name, anything on it. But Juvia's Place brushes are so soft. They hold up really well. Great quality brushes. Makeup Forever also does a mean eye brush. This is the 216. Now, I will use this for my inner corner. I will use this to kind of smudge eyeshadow on my lower lash line. It's a really good little brush. I also do like, I don't use this one as much, the 242 from Makeup Forever. This one is so soft. This is a good one for eye stuff. I mean, it's an eye brush. Like, you can use it for a transition shade to kind of blend eyeshadows out if you go a little bit too dark. I mean, you can use it for anything you want to. It's a good brush. But Makeup Forever brushes are a little pricey, where I think that you can get just as good quality for less money. But then I talk about a Hakuhodo brush. So who am I? What do I know? Nothing. And those would pretty much be the favorites. The Jaclyn Hill JH33, this is another Morphe collab. This is also a really good, just basic crease brush, but I prefer the MAC 217, which I know I shouldn't even be talking about it because you can't get it, but it's just so good. But this is a good one that you can get your hands on, and I think it's a great price for the quality. Let's talk face brushes, my most favorite part. So first and foremost, we have to talk about the Hourglass Veil brush, the double-sided number. She's pricey. She is amazing. She will change your life. I love this brush. If I could only have one powder brush for the rest of my life, it would be this one. I don't know why. It's just so soft. It puts product on so beautifully, and it's just the one that I always grab for. Again, if you've seen my Get Ready With Me's, you have met this brush, and you have gotten to know her over the years. You guys are probably besties by now. What do I know? Amazing. #1 face brush. But there are some honorable mentions. The IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe powder brush. It's the one with like the translucent handle. Such a good brush. So soft. IT Cosmetics brushes are some of my favorites. They're a little bit more on the pricey side, but they will last you forever. They wash so well. They hold their shape. They don't shed hairs. So if you buy, I was gonna say Makeup Forever. If you buy an IT Cosmetics brush, you know that you're getting quality that is gonna last you for many years. So this one is amazing. I also really like this BK Beauty 102 for powder. Oh my God, so freaking soft. BK Beauty brushes are amazing. They randomly sent me some brushes and I was like, I have been missing out all these years. I've been missing out. Such good quality. Any brush from them is good. So 102, really, really good powder brush. For bronzer, the BK103, it's a little bit more tapered. Really, really good for bronzer. My favorite bronzer brush of all time is the Morphe, this is not sponsored, is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH02. This is the one that I use constantly for bronzer. It's my most favorite one. I do have the original Tom Ford bronzer brush. Why did I spend so much on a brush? Now this brush is wonderful. I don't think you can get this one anymore. They changed it for some reason. And of course it sucks. They always screw around with things that are really, really good. They change them and then they turn to crap. Like, why do brands do that? I will never understand that. But the original Tom Ford bronzer brush, amazing. It's a little bit big for a bronzer brush. Like, you can see the difference. The Morphe one is just a little bit more tapered and not quite as like fluffy. So I do prefer the Morphe one over the Tom Ford one, but I mean, I love both of them. Oh, let me talk about this. Do not buy the La Mer powder brush. Don't do it. I paid $80 for this brush on sale. It's normally like $100 plus, I'm pretty sure. I never use it. It's a great brush. Like, it's so soft and nice. It's a beautiful brush. But do you need a $100 makeup brush? No, because like the Morphe one is just as good, and in my opinion better, because I use it every day and this one sits and gathers dust. I very rarely use this one. I think it's because it's a little bit more dense than I usually go for in a powder brush. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a great brush, but do you need it? Absolutely not. Don't do it. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, let's talk blush. There are only 2 blush brushes in my life. They're both from IT Cosmetics. We have the Heavenly Luxe blush brush, the one with the translucent handle, and then we have the Heavenly Luxe French Boutique number 4. They're very, very similar brushes. I think the Heavenly Luxe French Boutique one is a little bit fluffier, but I don't know. I go back and forth. They're both great brushes. They're basically the same thing, so you can go either or. I have many blush brushes, but for some reason, these are the only 2 that I use. I just love how soft they are. They put product on well. They don't shed. I hate when brushes shed. It is so frustrating. And I do find that my Tom Ford bronzer brush, she's a shedder. And it's, it sounded like I said she's like a pooper. Like, if you're paying $60 or $80 for a brush, it better not freaking shed. And it does. And it annoys the crap out of me. Like, I will not use a brush just for spite, even if I love it, if it sheds on my face. It's so annoying. So these 2 never shed. They've never shed a hair in their life. They are little soldiers. And then we must talk about my Hourglass. I don't know what this is called. I think it's just called like the Veil foundation brush. I have used it for foundation and it's good for that, but what I like this for is cream contour. If I'm using like my Charlotte Tilbury, you know, the wand, the contour wand, this to blend it out, amazing. This with the Milk Makeup cream bronzer and baked, incredible. So if I'm using a cream contour, this will be the brush that I'm using. I do have the IT Cosmetics Airbrush Flawless Complexion number 132. It's like a little double-sided number. This one is also good for cream contour, but it just doesn't compare to the Hourglass. The Hourglass one is perfection. If I am going to set my under eyes, which I very, very rarely do anymore, it will be the Wayne Goss airbrush. His airbrush is unbeatable. If I could only pick one brush in my collection, like other than a bronzer brush, because I feel like a bronzer brush is very versatile, one brush, it would be the airbrush. I could use this for blush. I could make myself use it for powder. It's amazing. It is the softest brush in my collection. I have the pink one and I have the black one. They're both great, but for some reason the black one is better. It's softer. It's a little bit fluffier, which I like, probably because I've used it more. I think the pink and the rose gold one was maybe like a limited edition thing. I'm not sure. But the WEARING-Essie airbrush, if you want to just do a little splurge and get the most amazing brush, this would be my #1 recommendation. It is so freaking good. I love it with all of my heart and soul. Like I have too much love for this brush. It's kind of weird, but it's so good. So stinking good. And then for highlighter, I usually just use my Anastasia, what is this, A23. I feel like I have yet to find that like holy grail highlighter brush. So if you guys have one, let me know. Like sometimes I will just use, I even have used, actually this is the one that I've been using quite a bit, the WEARING-Essie 02. I used to use this one to set my under eyes as well, along with the airbrush. This one is so soft, just as soft as the airbrush, but it's a little bit more rounded, where the airbrush is more of like a paddle almost. It's really good for highlighter. It's a little bit bigger than I would normally go for highlighter. Sometimes I would just use something like the Smith 232, like a bigger fluffy brush. I don't know, I haven't found like a holy grail highlighter brush. So if you guys have one, let me know. I've also used this JUVIA'S Place brush for highlighter. She's a little bit big though. But I'm telling you, JUVIA'S Place brushes are also really, really great. They're so soft. One that I used to use a lot for highlighter, the Smith 103. I haven't used this one in a while. She's like a little paddle brush. This one's good, but it's not as soft as the WEARING-Essie brush. So I always just grab for the WEARING-Essie one, but I do love me a Smith brush. Oh, Smith brushes are so good. Like I have a whole, let me show you. I have a whole little cup of them. This one I just used the other day. I was screwing around with some foundations and she kind of got in the middle of that. But Smith brushes are great. I used to always use the 131 for contour, amazing brush. I've used the 151 for foundation, another amazing brush. Like you can't go wrong with Smith brushes. They're pricey, but amazing. Oh, this one's really good for highlighter. The 104, it's such an odd brush. Like it's very unique, but it fits like perfectly on your cheekbone. Like on that little poof. So those are my favorites. Best of the best, top of the line. Now we are going to get into decluttering. This is gonna take a while, so saddle up, sister. Okay, where to begin? Is my camera crooked? Help. Help me. Why do I have this many brushes? Guys. How am I even gonna do this? Should we just dump them all out? I don't need all of these brushes. This is a sin. And I will tell you that I've already donated a shoebox full of brushes filled. And a shoebox might not sound like it's very big, but you can fit probably hundreds of brushes in a shoebox. And I donated that to the women's shelter. And we're still left with this, and I haven't touched any of these brushes in probably a year. So let's get rid of a bunch of them. I have to. I need to do it for my soul. Okay, so I think a lot of these are Morphe, so I'm gonna start by grabbing all of the Morphe brushes and we'll go through them first. Why don't we do that? Morphe, Morphe, Morphe. Good grief. I think I got all of the Morphe out of here, and I also grabbed the Sigma ones because there were a few of those. Oh, here's another. Is that Sigma? Yeah. So the rest of these are like ColourPop. There's a couple NARS, some Clover, some Wander, JOUER, Huda. There's a good mix. ELF. There's quite a few ELF. So let's go through the Morphe ones, and like this is absurd. Keep in mind, these are my backup brushes. I don't do makeup anymore. Like I used to do weddings, proms, like very, like briefly, very few and far between. It was never like a full-blown career. I would do it for like family and friends, word of mouth, mostly like proms and, you know, just stuff here and there, but I don't even really do that anymore. Maybe once in a great while. So this is not necessary at all. So like brushes like this, that's not really like my style of brush that I would use, JH37. So I'm gonna part with that one. And then like this guy, JH41. It's kind of like a packer brush. Also not a brush that I would use a lot, so I can get rid of that one. But like these eye brushes, I mean like crease brushes, those are the ones that I really like. This one I can get rid of, JH36. That's not one that I would really need to use. Oh, and then this one, this is just like a flat, kind of like a liner brush, JH43. I'll get rid of that one. These are the ones that I have trouble getting rid of, just like regular crease brushes, like a fluffy, you know. But I don't need to keep all of these. I think I'm going to keep the JH31, which is this guy, and I can part with these two. Now for Sigma. I'm keeping all of my E40s. You can judge me. I do not care. They are amazing and I love them, and they're the original E40s. So they are all staying with me. And then I have all of these mini brushes, which I'm never going to use. I used to love the E25 though. That was always a good, trusty little fluffy brush, but I don't need it. I have so many brushes. So I think I can part with all of these. All right, so as far as all the other Morphe brushes go, I was never a big fan of the gold handled ones. They were just never like my first choice, although the Y14 looks like it might be really good for highlighter. So I'm gonna set him aside, but these three I can get rid of. I have a ton of these R36 brushes. These were always also really good for highlighter. I'm gonna keep, oh my God, I have how many of them? 2, and I think around this house I probably have 2 more floating around. I'm gonna keep one of them. I'll get rid of one. Let's try to break this down. Oh, these little spoolies keep getting caught on this blanket. I don't need this E29. It's just like a double-sided spoolie with like a little angled brush. I can get rid of that. What brush is this? The M501. I have 2 of them. I'm going to get rid of one and I'm going to keep one. Ooh, what is this? This looks like a good brush. M576. Do I need that? Probably not, but do I want to keep it? The answer is yes. I'm trying to break this down as best I can. Okay, so this was their like rose gold collection that I thought was really, really good. Do I need to keep? I might keep the R31. I like that brush. I'm going to keep him. But as far as the rest of these go, I don't see anything in here that's like super unique that I feel that I need to keep. So they're gonna go. All right, now let me just look through here and see if there's anything that catches my eye. Here's another rose gold. It's like just like a little angled brush with a spoolie. I like to keep spoolies for some reason, so I'm gonna keep that one. Here's another spoolie one. E29. That one I'm gonna get rid of. All right, let's grab all of these tiny little like detail brushes. Decide if we need to keep any of these. Oh, the E36. This is one of my favorite lower lash line. If you want to do like detail work on your lower lash line, amazing. I'm gonna keep him. But as far as these other ones go, here's another E36. I'm gonna keep him. These three I can get rid of. I don't need them. Look at this little tiny, this is an E35. Look how tiny that baby is. Like, what would I even do with that? I don't need that. I'm not patient enough to need a brush that tiny. These Jeffree Star ones, these pink ones, I can get rid of. They just weren't my favorite. Yeah, they can go. And as far as the rest of these go, I don't really see anything that I feel like I need to keep. Like, I can dupe all of these brushes. I might hang on to this M576. This was always a good little brush. I like him. I'm going to keep him. But as far as everything else goes, I don't know that I need to keep any of these. Like, I have a bunch of M433s. I mean, quite a few. M456. And they're both very, very similar. But I have so many just like fluffy eye brushes. I think I can probably part with these. Wait, what is this? The M506, I think I'm going to hang on to that one. Oh yeah, I like that one. But the rest of these I think I'm going to get rid of. If you guys see anything in here and you're like, oh, that was my favorite brush, you need to keep it, it's the best brush ever, let me know. But I think all of these are going to go. MAC 242, I think I'm going to keep this one. This was always good for if you were using like potted eyeshadows, like cream ones, they worked well with this. So I'm gonna hang on to that. You guys, I'm hitting a wall. I like want to keep everything. So I'm gonna keep this Makeup Forever 226. This is a good, just like paddle brush, like a little baby paddle brush. I'm gonna hang on to that one. I am so torn. Well, these e.l.f. Retro Paradise brushes I can get rid of because I would always choose just something over them, to be honest. I mean, they're decent quality, but like with the amount of brushes that I have, I'm just never going to use them. 5 spoolie brushes. I don't know. Do I want to keep the Benefit one? I think I might keep the Benefit one. Benefit does browse well. So I think I'm going to hang on to that one. And then there's a little Tarte one. I know I can get rid of this e.l.f. one. I have 2 Tarte ones actually. I don't know about these. I'm going to do a maybe and just set them aside for now. So these Tarte brushes, this was like a special little collection they did. The handles were super cute, but the brushes themselves were just mediocre. So I think I can part with those 3. And like the City Color brush, I can get rid of that. This Huda double-sided brush was just not great, so I'm going to get rid of that. Heavenly Luxe, amazing. This is like one of my favorite collections ever. So anything that I have that's Heavenly Luxe from it, I'm keeping. Oh, now this Huda double-sided number, this is one that's for like cream shadows, and it has like the little rubber thing that's supposed to be good for, I forget what that was good for, but for a while people were talking about how like this rubber thing, was it cream shadows, or it was some kind of glittery shadow or something that worked really well for. I think I might hang on to that. This glittery one from Morphe can go. This NARS one, no, goodbye. Let's grab all the e.l.f. brushes out of here. I really like e.l.f. brushes. I just have so many freaking brushes that this is insanity. This is insanity. So I have a few of the fluffy eye blender brush. I think I might just keep one of them. I'll get rid of the other one. I'm gonna keep this one. It doesn't have a name or anything on it, but the brush itself looks really good. I'm gonna keep it. And then I think the rest of these I can get rid of. Yeah, I have a few JOUER ones. Look how beautiful they are with like the translucent handle. So beautiful. I'm keeping them. Oh, here's a few more JOUER. Wait, are they the same? No, they're all different, so I'm keeping all of them. I have a few Esom brushes. I think I'm gonna keep these guys. They're really good quality. You can get Esom on Beautylish, or you used to be able to. I don't know if you are anymore. I'm gonna do a maybe on those. So this MAC brush is so cute, but the quality is crap, so I'm getting rid of it. Here's the Smith 247. A Smith 230. Is that all the Smith? And then the Smith 109. We don't part with Smith brushes, they're staying. I don't know that I can part with the JUVIA'S Place ones. They're such good quality. I'm gonna keep the JUVIA'S Place. These ColourPop brushes, I don't know, I love ColourPop's makeup, but their brushes just never did it for me. I don't know why. I just felt like they were, the quality just felt very synthetic and kind of cheap. So I'm gonna get rid of those. There's some Urban Decay brushes in here. Urban Decay brushes are great. They're pricey though, but they are really good quality. I have more Urban Decay than I thought. This little teeny tiny Urban Decay one I will never use, so I'm gonna get rid of that. This big guy I don't need. This little smudgy brush looks kind of good though. I think I might keep these two little detail brushes and get rid of these three. A compromise, you say. A few IT Cosmetics ones that I'm not going to keep for myself, but I'm going to see if one of my friends wants them, so I'll put them with my little pile. I think the rest of these I can probably part with. This Persona brush, they had sent me 2 of them, so I did keep one, but it's up with my brushes. This is actually a really nice brush. I'm going to give this one to one of my girlfriends, so I'll put that with my stuff. But the rest of these I think I can part with. So, goodbye brushes. It was nice while it lasted. Watch, as soon as I get rid of these, I'm gonna see someone in a video talking about a brush and I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I have that brush. I'm gonna go for it and it's gonna be gone because I got rid of it. And then I'm gonna be pissed. How am I supposed to go through this? How? Well, this MAC brush feels really nice. I think I'm gonna keep this MAC one. Okay, let's do it this way. Let's grab all the Morphe gold handled brushes and decide if we're going to keep any of them. I don't know, I just didn't like that the handles were so bulky. I think that was why I didn't use these brushes very often. There were a few that I loved. I remember like in the Y17. I mean, the quality is great on them, but I don't think that I need any of them, so I'm gonna get rid of all of them. Look at me doing good things. Set them to the side. Oh, oh no, this is a Time Los Angeles brush. I ordered this brush because I saw someone using it and I was like, I must have it. And I don't think I ever used it, but I'm keeping it. This big Urban Decay brush, I was never a big fan of this one, so I can get rid of that. ColourPop, I can get rid of him. It Cosmetics CC Skin Perfecting. I have a few of these, so I'm going to get rid of this one, but that is a good brush. I like using that for skincare. Morphe Jaclyn Hill. Let's grab those. I think there's only a couple of them. Do I need to keep any of these? I really don't think that I do, so I'm going to get rid of all of them. Morphe Jeffree Star. Again, like I said, was not my favorite collection. These both can go. Let's grab the Smashbox ones. Smashbox does great brushes. Is that it? See, this is where I'm going to have trouble getting rid of stuff because I really like Smashbox brushes. I probably should have washed these before I put them away. Huh. Oh well. I don't think I need this one. I don't think I would ever use this one. I don't know, would I? I think I'm going to keep the stippling brush because I don't have a lot of stippling brushes. I used to love this one for blush. The, what is it called? Buildable Cheek. I'm going to keep that one. And I'm going to keep the foundation brush, but I'll get rid of this like angled powder brush. Okay, Makeup Forever. I think there's only a couple of these. I'm definitely keeping the powder brush. This is an amazing powder brush. I'm actually going to get that out to use. I haven't used it in a while. Amazing. The stippling brush, another one that I'm freaking keeping. And this paddle brush, it's the 108, is really good for face masks. I always use one of these for face masks. Well, not always, but if I use a brush, it's this one. And mine's getting a little bit weird, so I'm going to replace it with this one. MUA Makeup Academy stipple brush, I can get rid of that. This Revlon brush, I can get rid of. Actually, it feels nice, but I'm not keeping it. This Wet n Wild brush, this was really nice. I'm not getting rid of this. I like that one. This one can go. And these Tarte brushes, like how cute are they? They're adorable. But I just don't need them nor want them, so. They are really soft though. Oh God, I'm getting rid of them. Don't get sucked in, Nicole. I'm gonna keep this Becca brush. Oh, so soft. Keeping that one. I used to go hard with Real Techniques, but this one is so old. The handle has gotten like gummy, sticky, weird. I'm getting rid of. I can buy a new one if I want to. This double-sided Huda brush. I'm just not a big fan of a double-sided brush unless it's my Hourglass brush. I can get rid of that. This JOUER brush, I think I might get rid of this one just because I don't have a use for it, but it's so damn soft. Who remembers the love that I had for the G2? I used to use that all the time for my under eyes, but I don't use it anymore, but I still feel like I might want to keep it. Don't judge me. This JOUER brush, I actually have another one of these, so I'm going to get rid of this one. What is this? This is a Tarte brush. I have like some of these weird, like this Too Faced brush. It's so cute though. This was the Pure My Little Pony collection. This was Tarte. I'm a sucker for a fun brush. Okay, I can get rid of this one. God, this one's so cute. I'm keeping it, but I'll get rid of these two. Morphe E53, I think I can get rid of that one. Oh, this double-sided Kat Von D one. Oh, so soft. I'm keeping. Sonia Kashuk. Oh my God, this brush is so freaking old. I used to go hard. I'm keeping it. It's the Tools number 29. Who has been with me since this brush came along? Oh my God, it's probably 10 years old. These ColourPop brushes I am going to part with. This little Milani brush is actually really, really nice. I think I might hang on to that. What is this? Tarte. I used to use this for blush and love every second of it. I might keep it. I might freaking keep it, okay. These Royal and Langnickel, or no, these are Moda brushes. These are actually really nice. I don't use a fan brush though, and this I wouldn't really use, just like the cut of it is not my fave. It Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe, I'm going to keep that one. Wet n Wild, I think we can part with that one. I don't even know what this is. The Grinch Pure collab, I'm going to get rid of that one. Kat Von D, I'll keep this one for face mask. Oh, Smith 112, we would never get rid of her. She's amazing. I've had this Sephora Pro Contour Brush forever, but I'm going to get rid of it. Huda can go. This It Cosmetics brush, I might keep that one. Little Real Techniques, I think I'm going to keep. A random lip brush from Morphe, I'm getting rid of. The NARS freaking Ita brush. Goodbye. I used to go hard with that brush though. This flower brush is so soft. I'm keeping it. And a random Morphe Jeffree Star that I am getting rid of. We're getting there, you guys. We're getting there. Okay, now we just have like randomness. I'm just gonna take these out. Okay, this brush, my aunt bought me this brush. It's a Wayne Goss brush. It was a very limited edition. I think it's like beaver hair or like squirrel hair, something so random. It is the softest brush that I've ever felt in my life, but you're not supposed to wash. It sounds crazy to say you're not supposed to wash it, so I don't use it because I don't want to mess it up. It was very, very expensive, like very, very expensive. I would never part with it. But like, I feel so bad that she bought this for me, and it's just like here living its best life, but it doesn't get used. Maybe I should start using it for powder. Holy shit, it's so soft. Oh my god. I'm keeping it forever. Morphe, these are all Morphe. I think I can probably get rid of all of them. Yeah. Oh, this is the NARS little kabuki brush. What was it called? It has a weird name, but I'm keeping it. But I'm going to get rid of all of these Morphe ones. They can go. Sigma Tapered Highlighter. I used to love this brush, the F35. I'm going to keep that one. Morphe Jaclyn Hill Powder Brush. Oh, I love it. I'm keeping it. This Too Faced brush is so dang soft, but I don't think I need it. Another 108 from Makeup Forever. Morphe R11, Wet n Wild, and then I spent so much money on this freaking Artiste brush that I never stinking use, but I'm keeping it because it was like $50. But I think all of these I can get rid of. I'm going to keep the Makeup Forever one just as a backup for face masks. But these guys can go. All right, you guys, we're getting there. So these It Cosmetics, like weird, they always come out with different shapes. There's like a star. I have a heart one somewhere. I keep them just because I like them. And I'm not getting rid of them. And I used to have so many of these number 7 brushes, but I got rid of a bunch of them. So I'm going to keep these 3. This Tarte one can go. This Benefit one, I've had this brush for so long. I kind of love it. I'm not getting rid of it. This brush, this Moda brush, I used to go hard with. It's really, really nice, but I don't need it. MAC 188, I'm going to keep. It Cosmetics Heavenly Skin. Ooh, that would be so nice for skincare. I think that's the softest brush I've ever felt in my life. Holy crap, I'm keeping it. Smith 131, keeping this little fat It Cosmetics guy. I'm going to keep, but it's starting to get a little like gummy because I've had it for so long. This little Wet n Wild one can go. And then Real Techniques. I might keep that one. All right, I think this is the last cup that we need to go through. These e.l.f. ones I'm gonna get rid of after I wash them. Real Techniques blush brush. I'm gonna keep that one. Oh, a random cuticle oil, what the hell? Oh, some more Smashbox. I don't like fan brushes, so that can go. I don't know, I might keep those. I'm a sucker for a Smashbox brush. Oh, and this base blue brush they had sent over to me. It's so soft. I'm gonna keep it. This is gonna free up so much space for me. All right, so these are the ones that I'm keeping. I'm just gonna throw them. I think everything that I'm keeping will all fit in here. I'm gonna get this Makeup Forever brush out to use though. You know what? I don't know that I want to keep this Benefit brush. I think I'm gonna get rid of that. Ugh. And then the eye brushes that I'm keeping. I think I might keep the eye brushes in a little, like a cup. Should I do that in this little heart cup? Is that honestly all that I'm keeping? That's insane. Look how good I did. Holy crap, I really cut my collection down. I forgot I had a cup of like foundation brushes. I don't think that I need all of these. I'm gonna put this Smith one with my Smith brushes. And this Smith brush. This Makeup Geek one is nice, but I think I like the It Heavenly Luxe one better, so I think I can get rid of the Makeup Geek one. This Heavenly Skin brush, I'm gonna put it in my bathroom for skincare. Sometimes I put primer on with this if I'm feeling fancy. And this Urban Decay Prince brush I've never used. I think I might give that away to someone. I just got this one. I'm gonna put that in a giveaway. So I'll keep these three. I should probably keep these out. I usually don't use brushes for foundation, but if I do, I really like this heart one from It. I might keep him out. And I'll keep this It one out. And then I have a lot of Smith brushes. They're amazing. I love Smith brushes. I'm not getting rid of any of them. That's simple. They're staying. And they're going into a little cup. It says, I like my eyeliner as black as my heart. Somebody sent me this. Should I be offended? All right, so that's what we're keeping. Let me show you what we are getting rid of. You guys, how good did we do? These eye brushes that we're getting rid of. That's insane. Oh my goodness. So there's all the face brushes, and here is all of the eye brushes. Oh my goodness. That's what I'm getting rid of. This is the giveaway brush. I think we did amazing. We did so good. So if you guys have any questions or anything about any of these brushes, let me know. So yeah, I think I'm gonna cut it there. I feel like we did really good. I'm very, very proud of us. So thank you guys for helping me. I would have never done this if it wasn't for filming it. I just kept putting it off and putting it off. So I love you guys. Thanks for assisting me with this very fun task. Let me know what your favorite brushes are. Did you see any of your favorite brushes in this video? And if I'm getting rid of them, tell me why I should keep them. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.
What is that noise? I'm going to murder my husband. Let's call him. Let's give him a call and see what that motherfucking tapping is. I'm going to actually murder him in his sleep. The women's shelter is going to love these brushes. Yes, they are. I'm gonna wash them first, I promise. Don't you judge me and my dirty brushes. It's a good day. Have a good day. 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 I'm going to do bad things to my husband. That doesn't sound as fun as it sounds. Doesn't sound as fun as it sounds. Hello? Hello? Oh, why do my legs look so tan right now? Heck yeah. Hot dogs are legs. Oh, God. Why would I think that would be acceptable? Oh my God, is my house on fire? Oh, wow, it was just a candle. I literally thought I just set a wash basket on fire. Don't ask why there's a wash basket in the basement. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. ASMR. Candles dying. Oh my God, why did that look like a horror film? Oh, shit. Oh, crap. Oh, wait. Ow. Oh. Never mind.